Hey, Don,
Yeah,
why are atoms selfish?
I don't know. Why are atoms selfish?
Because they're all that matter.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, you do that.
All right, I've got more. What did the selfish, prickly plant say to the others?
I don't know. What did the selfish, prickly, but that's a hard one to say, prickly plant say to the others?
It's cacti, not cactus.
Did you say you had another one?
I wanted to tell you a joke about selfishness, but I'll keep this one for myself.
Hello, this is Don.
And this is Gina with Focused Healthy Family, and it's time for another Tuesday Tips.
And today's Tuesday tip is one that I kind of developed. It's capital S, selfish. People feel guilty when they feel they are being selfish. Many people are raised being told that they are selfish if they do anything, say anything, believe anything good about themselves. I believe there's two kinds of selfish. Selfish with a lowercase s and selfish with a capital S. The lowercase s, selfish, are those that do or say things for themselves at the detriment of others. Capital S selfish is when someone does or says something for their own self-improvement or growth to no one else's detriment or hurt. I believe that selfishness with a capital S is what God, divine, or universe wishes for us, to take care of ourselves. It's important to take care of ourselves if we are to even supposed to help others. So I just ran into this a lot as the issues when I'm working with clients, people with this idea, well, it goes into that we're taught to, it's better to give than receive. And to receive is selfish, and I started to really think about it. And, that kind of giving place and pleasing place is a burnout place. And I was thinking about, we have to take care of ourselves to even want to take care of anybody else. And so I really think our purpose in life is really to take care of ourselves more than others. Not that we can't take care of, not that we can't give to others.
Well, it speaks to the whole idea if you're in the airplane and they talk about putting the oxygen mask on, that you must first put your own oxygen mask on before you put one on of even a child or someone else next to you, because you can't take care of someone else if you haven't taken care of yourself. If you're sitting there and you can't breathe, how are you going to take care of them? And that's true on even a subtle level. If I'm just going and going and doing and doing, and what kind of parent am I if I'm not taking time for myself, if I'm getting burnt out and then I'm exhausted, and so I'm taking out my frustrations on my kids? And what message does it show them if everything I do is for other people?
Well, and it's also probably a fact, if you're doing it for others, you're probably doing everything for them too, instead of, having them learn how to take care of them, like I said.
Or you're just expecting them to know how to.
Yeah, that could be that side of it too.
Just go be independent. Here, this is school. Have fun.
Well, I think
You're five now.
we've seen that in different times where, somebody that has always done stuff for their kids and never really allowed them to learn,
Operate independently,
Yeah.
make mistakes.
and then when they turn 18, it's like, okay,
Yeah,
you're ready to
you
go.
hit a
Out
certain
you go,
age and it's like, okay, you expected to be independent now, even though I didn't treat you that way for 18 years.
Yeah,
Now
yeah,
there's some magic dust that comes down and sprinkles upon you. And
yeah.
now that you've graduated high school, now that this.
So by taking care of yourself, you're giving them good example of how they need to take care of themselves and how to do it. Plus, like you say, then you're not just give. You're balancing that out and allowing stuff as well as giving. You need both sides of that, I think.
And on a spiritual level, no matter what your beliefs are, but you believe in God or in whatever being, and that should come first, that we are part of that. And so that's a matter of tuning in and taking care of ourselves. If you're in prayer, you're in meditation, you're tuning in, you're tuning into yourself, you're reflecting and just like when you do in the morning, when you do your check-ins, Don, and you tune into how you're feeling and what's going on with me. So that's a way of taking care of ourselves. And we taught this lesson. We have an adult child who went out into the work world and was struggling with just different interactions in the workplace and getting burnt out at the same time. And we talked to them about speaking up for themselves and, realizing it as an adult of 50 plus years that nobody else is going to look out for us the way we do, especially when we're an adult. Even, people who love us, we know what we need. We know what works for us. We know if, working 5 days a week is just too much, too exhausting, that we need breaks, that we need, 2 days in a row off and not just our days off, spread about, whatever it is. And I remember having this conversation and them talking to their supervisor and being called selfish. And I stopped and thought about it. I'm like, okay, this is something that I've come to learn about as an adult, and having, not just as an adult, but having gone through many years and, realizing the importance of this. And yet I also was happy that I empowered my child with this knowledge and keeping this in mind, because it's, so many of us can be people pleasers. It's often more common in women, and that taking care of other people and not wanting to disappoint other people. And yet, if we continue to live with that kind of predominant, we're going to get burnt out. We're going to get exhausted. We're going to hit a point where we just have it, and we just up and, those are the people who just up and quit, and they just up and leave work, or they do something dramatic, right? They don't feel like they have the ability to voice their frustrations, their concerns. And it's important, especially as kids getting older, realizing that empowering them to make choices for themselves, even if other people judge them for it, that they know what they can handle and they know what works for them, and teaching, helping them to do so in a positive way. We've done this with our younger child, expressing themselves, saying, hey, that doesn't work for me. That bothers me when you do that. Finding a way to speak up for themselves in a respectful manner, even if they don't even feel like the person is being as respectful to them. It's still important to learn those skills, because I don't know, I just feel really strongly about this, that we need to empower our youth to realize that they matter, and that they need to think about what works for them, and sure, they need to learn that sometimes they need to be a team player, and okay, they really don't want to stay longer to work, but they do. And it's okay to do things on occasion, and it's okay to, realize, okay, this is my favorite thing, but I know this is part of what I've got to do. It's not about them only doing what they love and only, when they want to, but it's about speaking up for yourself. And so it's just something to keep in mind.
Well, and I think when you take care of yourself, and when you become more aware of yourself and what's going on for you, I think about it this way: is it actually helps strengthen your connection with God or universe or whatever your deity or being that you believe in. By being more aware and alive in yourself, you really strengthen that connection.
And if you are agnostic or atheist, being more in tune to yourself is just, you can have more impact on those around you and other people, and be more effective in the different encounters that you're involved in, be it work or with friendships or relationships. Yeah, that.
So yeah, being selfish is not the guilt place that you think it is, unless you're doing it for some reason that isn't so good.
So selfish can really just be shellfish. And
I see what you mean.
I'm thinking shrimp, lobsters. I don't know. I can't always come up with those puns on the spot. So thank you for tuning in for our Tuesday tips. Be sure to come back Thursday. Hear our full-length podcasts on everything parenting, our children, our parents, and ourselves.
Don't forget about our new segment, the Ask the OT with Gina, our occupational therapist, where we Have you asked questions about caregiving of an aging loved one?
And juggling the responsibilities of parenting, children while doing these things, while working, while managing your own personal life. So tune in.
And you can check it all out at focushealthyfamily.com.
And remember, how we speak to our children today shapes their future and yours.